Hello, everyone. As we complete this first quarter of the year, I'm finding myself thinking about community. I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here to talk to you about community and my impression of it as I give you my editorial video blog for March 2020. How important community is to us. Many of you reading this or watching this or listening to this have valuable, supportive communities around you that you don't even realize that you have. Yet these communities give you this sense of belonging. They give you the emotional completeness and often the direction and drive that all of us need in our world in order to feel productive and successful in our lives. Often that sense of community is the only thing that keeps us going, placing one foot in front of the other. After a loss or a defeat, it keeps us going until we're strong enough to stand tall again on our own. Community is an integral part of all of us as our humanity calls out to belong. The most obvious communities in our lives are our immediate families. After this come the communities created by our extended families and friends, our neighborhoods, our towns, our counties or provinces, even our nations. And there are other more selective communities that we belong to as well. For example, our church or our synagogue or temple provides a community, as does our school, the team or the club that we belong to, or anything else that we feel a drive to become a part of. Even online communities like Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube give us that sense of community. The communities, my friends, that you choose to be a part of don't even need to know about each other. That's right. You can belong to many different communities that have nothing to do with one another. But they all need to be a reflection of some part of who you are. They need to be what you admire and aspire to within yourself, reflected in the community around you. They need to be a reflection of how you find fulfillment and joy in life. Even though you might revel in and find completeness in one or all of the communities that you belong to, you have to be an individual within your own mind, your own choices, and your own life. These have to be about you. Your life is about you. Your community exists to support you and all of its other members. It allows you to become better than you've been by giving you support and reflection. If you allow yourself to be swallowed by the community, you become a mere extension of it, of the group mind, if you will, and of the community's leaders. And all too often, those leaders, if the group intends to be overwhelming, are using the group's resources for their own benefits, not the benefit of the community. We all grow, my friends, and thank goodness that we do. But that means that some of the communities that are no longer reflecting who we are or who we wish to become, that are no longer serving us, you might find are causing you to become more burdened. It becomes to you as if you have a ball and chain around your foot by belonging to them. They change from being supportive to preventing you from growing and achieving. This becomes obvious when you find yourself in disagreement or bored with the ideas and activities within the community that you once found enjoyable and were a perfect fit for you. When that sense of no longer fitting in leads to your no longer enjoying the goals and the way one of your beloved communities functioned to better suit yourself. But instead of changing when you should have, you found yourself in opposition to that community and maybe a lot of the people in it as well. Some of you hearing this blamed the communities you used to belong to for the fact that they no longer were a fit for you. In fact, you might have blamed it on one or two members with whom you were in strong conflict. But the truth is, it was you who had changed. You outgrew the community. Ultimately, the community either fell apart or you left it. But it didn't change. You changed. We all eventually grow beyond the communities that once were our joy and our best reflection of self, because we're put here on earth to grow and develop and become. This is part of our evolutionary growth as humans, you see. As we grow and evolve, we look for and we find the communities that helped to support our next step in that growth. We can still associate with our past communities if we find peace in the history we shared with them, but we shouldn't try to change them, folks. They're still helping and supporting people who are now where we once were. Communities do evolve too. Of course they do. Everything does. But they evolve at a much slower pace than most of us these days. Over the years, I've worked hard myself to create a sense of community for my clients, students, the teachers of the Anastasi system of psychic development. The community I've created is always growing. And if you're reading or watching this post, you're part of that community. We're far more than an online school for psychic development and metaphysical studies. We're a community of people interested in self-growth and psychic and spiritual development, who both give and receive support as we grow, as we evolve, as we move through life's changes. All of the classes I teach online have powerful private support groups on Facebook and also on my website itself. So when you study with me, you have the support of a community as well as direction and help from me. Your support comes from both me and the community, as well as our teachers and my assistant and all of your fellow students. Some of our community members have been with us for 30 plus years. They've studied with me during the 1980s and have gone on to do and achieve amazing things on their own. But many are still a valuable part of our amazing community of people. I'm sure you're aware of our psychic cruise that's sailing in April. That's a way for our community to get together in reunion, to share experiences, to renew old friendships, to create new ones. If you're interested in being a part of that, it's not too late to sign up. Our psychic cruise sails every other year, and in between, we're now hosting a land-based retreat for those of you who aren't so comfortable on the water. So you should look for that one, that land-based retreat, in 2021. I also created a YouTube channel And that contains many, many videos to support psychic development, astrology, and all kinds of metaphysical studies. My YouTube channel is becoming more and more interactive and expansive as more people discover it. I also began my VIP membership program a little over a year ago as an inexpensive way for people worldwide to study almost every area of metaphysics through over 100 downloadable audio programs and also participate in the VIP community. This has been such a huge success. It's helping many people both through its highly accessible library, monthly Q&A sessions with me, discounts, community support, all kinds of discounts throughout the year on programs and events. It has a private Facebook group of its own. Most importantly, it's a place to call home where all experiences, thoughts, and points of view are accepted and supported as members search and grow in their knowledge, ultimately, of themselves and, of course, the world that we live in. I've designed the community to grow with you. I hope that you're going to investigate it. It's amazing how many people have found lifelong friends and partners here. I hope you'll continue to be one of them, just as you've listened to this editorial, so I know you're already a part of our community. Please check out an amazing opportunity I'm going to be offering within the next few weeks for both old and new members of my membership VIP program. So if you're not yet a part of that community, I'm inviting you, become one. You surely won't regret it. You can find out all about me and my work and my VIP membership program and my retreats and cruises and classes and books on my website. I'm at www.sandyanastasi.com. Thank you.